Please select a mission. Staff assigned. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Please select a mission.
Boss, This contract comes from the Mbeli rebel militants. That's right. That general's fighters. Recently, one of their child soldier platoons staged an insurrection and split from the main group. Thing is, they took a hostage with them. The general's brother. His number 2. The contract is to extract both that prisoner and the leader of the renegade platoon. The message reads, "I love my brother. You must bring him back to me alive." It also says this about the leader of the child soldiers. "He is an excellent soldier. I want to persuade him to rejoin the ranks of the righteous." Sounds a little too forgiving for the man who ordered those kids dead at the mine. I wonder what kind of persuasion the general has in store. With that in mind, here are your objectives. First, rescue and return the general's number 2 as requested. Second, extract the renegade leader, and we'll keep him at Mother Base. In other words, extract both targets out of the region. Good luck, boss.
Mission accepted. Heading to caution. Rain approaching. Deploying.
Mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the general's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
Development complete. Buddy has infiltrated our map has been updated. Assessment complete.
Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has been updated. Marker placed. Clouds approaching. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. You have arrived at your destination. The map has been updated.
Kansien tamave, beto tapie diaka boala. Yo salama swalu. Beta mona impila bambuta, tatekita na boma.
Okay, that's the General's brother. His number 2. Get him out of there, boss.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had
Enemy
out on patrol.
presence detected.
Security
The
will be
map
tighter
has
now.
been
Watch
updated.
yourself. Boss, another child soldier has entered the village. Must have been out on patrol. Looks like they had more than one patrol out. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Prepare to fire. Fire! 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 Fire!
Guard post captured.
That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper.
Bangi ya General ya Bakala
Please select a landing zone.
Mosi kata ya Bankaka na Mono Telaka Mono Mambu General Salaka
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Bantu ya Buta ya Mbele etikaka Mosi Beto Nyoso Kebampangi Atampidina ya Ikentango ya kukutoka Diaka ni Mafe Menga Kekilo Tamasa Lambi Lambi Kekilo Menga
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. All that's left is to extract the commander.
Support helicopter has arrived.
That
Analysis
prisoner doesn't look
complete.
like the target.
Extraction arrived at Motorbase.
Nice work. Keep it up.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There he is.
The
Your
map has been
commander.
updated.
Extract him.
Fire!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Weather will clear shortly.
Fire!
Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put him down gently.
Caution, rain approaching. Please select a landing zone. Landing zone complete.
Roger.
Support helicopter requested.
Fire! 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 Fire!
This is P-Squad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P-Squad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Support helicopter has arrived.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone. Gaining altitude.
Has been updated.
Departing. Subject on board.
Extraction
Leave the rest to
arrived
us.
at Mother Base.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. Good. You captured it alive. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop.
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. It'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. On the human trafficker who sent Shabani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Development project has been added.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. The infection rate, along with the number of dead, are both on the rise. If we don't find the cause, and soon...
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House.
This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. It could be a counterplay by Skullface.
That's insane. You mean they weaponize parasites?
Parasites as weapons. That definitely falls under the Biological Weapons Convention. But it's something the world would never see coming. And no one's ever developed a vaccine for parasites.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa?
It may be. But if it is, how do the Yellow Cake and Walker Gears fit in? There must be something bigger we're not seeing. Anyway, our priority now is to prevent more casualties.
The medical team is studying the infection, but we can't treat anyone until we know the root cause. All we can do right now is halt the spread of infection. Remember before, boss? When Quiet attacked one of our guys on Mother Base, stuck a knife in his mouth. He's one of the very few soldiers who've had contact with her recently. Close contact. I don't think it's a coincidence that he was among those who became symptomatic pretty early on in this epidemic. Saliva and blood spatter, an open wound, mucosal infection. Whatever is causing this got inside him then.
Miller, that is a baseless accusation.
The source of the infection is Quiet. Everyone suspects her.
We don't know that. And we've come across these symptoms before. The bodies in the water at the oil field facility, those sick people in the beds at the Devil's House. They're identical to what we've seen while we've been after Cypher. The infection could have come from elsewhere. But at the very least, she does know something.
It's not like she's gonna talk.
No, not through words anyway. But what about her actions? Quiet held a knife to that soldier back then, before he became symptomatic. There must have been a reason for that.
A reason for shoving a knife down the throat of one of our men.
What if she's capable of identifying who's infected? What if she was trying to stop the infection but couldn't communicate that to us? The answer to that, the source of the infection, might be in the mouths of the infected.
You think there's some kind of clue in their mouths?
I don't know. But maybe there's something about the mouths of those who've become symptomatic, something in common.
Something their mouths have in common. Forget it. We can't trust her. Even if she can spot the infected, I don't want her help.
I understand how you feel. But this is something to go on.
Can't you see it's just like I said? Bringing her here was a big mistake. Quiet is gonna be the end of us.
Stand down. You've got zero proof. Try to keep an open mind on this, boss. There has to be a way to identify who's infected.
Please select a mission. Please select a landing zone. Heading to quarantine platform. Analysis complete.
Welcome back, boss. You need to put an end to the infection, boss. Boss!
Analysis complete.
Whatever supplies you need, just let us know, boss.
Boss, any chance of expanding the base?
Analysis complete.
Having a threat like that on his doorstep.
Please select landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Gaining altitude.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Caution, rain approaching. Analysis complete.
Boss, you need to stop this infection.
Boss, any chance of expanding the base?
That dog's all grown up now.
You mean Didi?
Yeah. Didn't seem to take that long, did it? You think he's really even a dog?
Of course he's a dog. What's wrong with you?
Analysis
I just mean he looks
complete.
more like a wolf to me.
That's crazy talking.
He's a dog. You hear me? A dog.
So you think he's a dog, I get it.
Thank you for taking in those animals, boss.
Is he's one of us, regardless if he's a dog or
He's a dog.
Boss, you need supplies. We're here for you. Boss!
Send me out on my next mission, boss. Boss! Got time for a mock battle, boss? You need combat.
Please select landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.